What's up, everybody? Toe to Toe Fight Show. I'm Matt Nolan. This is Mark Nolan, and this is local legend Eric Kelly. This is worldwide legend. Yes. So because we're in New York, my man. We're in New York.
Yeah, we in New York, but we in New York, but you know I done fought internationally. I've viral videos have gone internationally.
Wait, which one?
I was kidding.
Training guys like you.
No, fuck you. I actually fought.
Training guys. I to no prevail. You know, you was better taking cooking lessons. Fuck you for. I hope you didn't invite your wife to your fight.
No, she's tough.
Huh?
No, my wife? She's tough.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You didn't invite her to your fights, did you?
What's that?
Did you invite your woman to your fights?
Oh, yes.
Did you have children when you was fighting?
No.
Good. That's good.
Yeah, we
they would be going through hell in school right now.
So
I remember your father. That'd be crazy.
So Eric Kelly, one of the most decorated amateurs in American boxing history. How does it feel to be on the coaching side? Like, how was that transition for you?
It's funny. It's funny. I love it because now I'm on the other side of the fence. You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning as I'm going. I'm taking the lessons I learned from my coaches, from George Washington to Harry to Blimp to Al Mitchell, Manuel Stewart, Javen Hill, like all the guys that have worked with me over the years. I'm taking bits and pieces from all those guys, and I'm implementing it into the fighters that I work with. A lot of the fighters that I don't train, but they know who I was as a fighter, and they respect my opinion. So I offer a lot of advice to the fighters and everything coming up, you know.
That's something we always notice when we go to Gleason's.
Yeah.
No matter who it is, you'll always say something. Like if you see something, doesn't matter if it's some 65-year-old bum off the street. Like, add that right hand, start floating.
Come back with the right. Come back with the right.
Yep.
Come back with the right. Yeah, uppercut. and after that uppercut, come finish off with the hook.
Every time.
And get out on that hook.
Yep.
Because the uppercut is a close range punch. So if you did throw the uppercut, you still there to get hit back.
Yep.
Bam, bam, get out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So do you, all right, so after, obviously, for the people that don't know, your amateur boxing career ended how?
I got hit in the eye with a pool stick in 2003, I was in Detroit, Michigan. I was living in Detroit for a while. Originally, not originally, but before that, I was in Marquette, Michigan at the United States Olympic Education Center on the campus of Northern Michigan University. Al Mitchell was my coach, and I was a part of the program. Great fighters from the program. Actually got one of the fighters fighting tonight, Michaela Mayer. She's the only girl from the USOC Bad Boy team that we had going up in Michigan. Yeah, but this is before she came around. Long story short, we had great athletes up there. Myself, Jermaine Taylor, Brian Valoria, Vernon Forrest, David Reed, Tion Shepard, Roberto Benitez, Saku Powell, Zaire Rahim. I could just go. Larry Nicholson naming Olympic champions and world champions. Timothy Bradley, we was all up there doing our thing as USOAC Bad Boys. Long story short, I got kicked out the program. So I went to stay with my sister in Detroit.
Wait, this is before the injury?
No, before.
Oh, wait, I never heard that. Is that?
Let me tell you, I got kicked. Listen. The director of the program, the director of the USOAC program, I got into a fight with his son in a party at a house party. I didn't know it was his son.
Yep.
I didn't know it was his son. Long story short, I broke his nose. Next thing you know, I was out of there.
Yeah.
A couple other things I did, because I had already had on probation type of thing, you know what I'm saying? So I just kept adding to the bullshit.
Yep.
You know, I was young, 19, 20, 21 those years, going crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Doing what I wanted. Boxing, I was ranked #1 in the USA as an amateur. So I was doing good, national champ. I was doing good as a USOC Bad Boy. I was doing good in school too. But outside of that, a lot of problems was going on back at home here in New York City. And you know, I was distraught. I was distraught. I wasn't. You know, I was fucking up. You know?
So you had some unbelievable. You just name dropped 100 stablemates that were unbelievable.
Yeah.
What was the best work? What were the rounds where you're like you were like, these are the rounds that are gonna make me? What were the best rounds?
Me and Saku Powell used to spar all of the time. We gotta have 500 rounds together.
Kid.
Saku's southpaw. I always did good fighting southpaws because of that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I done been in the ring with them all. Jermaine Taylor, I done been in the ring with, you know what I'm saying? So like Jeff Lacey, level Lacey. So, you know what I'm saying? I done Jerson Ravello, I done fought them and sparred them all.
Were they all
Andre Ward.
Were they all larger than you?
Nah, at that time I was bigger than Saku. I was 165. Saku was 56. Yeah. I was ranked number 1 at 65. I lost to Ward at 165. I was also ranked number 1 at 147.
Okay.
And I won Golden Glove right in that ring. I won champion at 156, right there in that ring.
Okay.
I'm undefeated in this building. So right now you in my house. This my shit.
Too.
You 0-0. You undefeated. Uncontested too, my brother.
You've done everything in the sport. Everything in the sport.
I've been number 1 in the country, Golden Glove champ, national champ.
Before that
Olympic
final
ultimate.
bell, what is there one thing you still want to do for the sport or in the sport? Before that 12th round is over, when you put a period on that end of the career, is there anything you want to be like, that's the one thing I got left to do?
It's so much. That one thing, it's so much.
Yep.
So much. I like commentating. I like calling the fights. I like giving my knowledge, expertise, experience on what's going on in the ring from my viewpoint. You understand what I'm saying? I got that experience. I've been there. I've done that. I know a lot of these guys. A lot of the commentators, I done forgot more than they know.
So Matt's he's a pro promoter in Boston.
Yeah.
The pay-per-view, do you know we have commentate? Nobody, because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Wow.
For that reason, we're like,
Wow.
just let the fighters fight.
Yeah, but so right now somebody got, like, it's two sides. You get the visual and you get the audible. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta have somebody calling that.
We had guys. It was so bad.
If you don't get the right person calling the fights, if they don't have an eye for sport, if they haven't been in the sport, or they haven't made that walk, it's hard sometimes to get the right people behind a microphone.
No one can call it like a fighter that's been there and can articulate himself and not be shy in front of the camera. A lot of people in front of that camera, they put on pink when it's time. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people cower. You can't do that. You gotta stand up and you gotta be confident. It's all about confidence. Competence is knowing how to do something. Confidence is doing it. So you gotta go with confidence. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's gonna be what it's gonna be. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. You understand what I'm saying?
So Rob is a huge Dubois guy. What were your thoughts on the Joshua Dubois fight?
Wow, let me tell you, son, I knew Dubois was gonna win.
Yeah.
I called it. You know why? Because mentally, he got more. He has more than Joshua. But guess what? Mentally, he not all that neither.
No.
Really?
Because I saw him put on pink.
Oh yeah.
We saw him put on pink before. We saw Dubois, huh?
Joyce and Usyk?
No, I'm saying Dubois.
Yeah.
He quit
Oh, with the,
in the corner.
Yeah.
He put on pink.
Yep.
We saw Joshua.
Oh yeah.
Same thing.
So,
I gotta ask.
So just because you just a little bit more than that don't mean nothing.
Our British fighters generally soft. Be fucking real.
Softer than baby shit.
Right, they are.
These
all
mother
are. They
for
all
real
are.
softer
Yeah.
than baby shit. You want me to lie to you?
Every one of them. From the 70s onward. I can name
Nah. You tweaking. You
Hit him.
No, I
Hit
can
him.
name them.
You
Hit him.
tweaking.
Hit him.
Name
Hit
him.
him.
Name
All right,
him. Let me hear
so
this
me ask you
bullshit.
this, right? So you're telling me who's all right? So who's a better boxer, Steve Collins or Nigel Benn? Who's a better boxer, Steve Collins or Chris Eubanks? Who's a better boxer? Why is Chris?
What you said, Steve Collins or Nigel Eubank?
And-
I'm gonna go with Collins over Chris Eubank.
Who's a better boxer?
Boxer.
Break it
Boxer.
down. Break it down.
You know why I'm gonna go to you? You know why I'm gonna go to Collins over Eubank? Check this out. Who took on the harder fights?
Collins, because he suffered.
That's what I'm. So who's
That's what he's saying.
So
But he's
guess
saying-
what? Nah, but listen. Let me tell your stupid ass something. This how this go. You learn something right now. If you go in against stiffer competition, even if you don't win all the time, you went in there and you did what you had to do against a guy that was top. Chris Eubank, he was WBO champ. He went in against some good, but he never went in against the top guys. Nigel Benn and Collins did that. Eubank did not do that.
Chris, Steve Collins, Nigel Benn. Who's better?
Steve Collins and Nigel Benn. Nigel Benn.
Yeah.
Nigel Benn. I got Nigel Benn over Collins. But I got Collins and Nigel over Eubank.
Because you suck.
Who did Eubank beat?
Nobody. He just
Like,
poses.
out of the big killers,
he didn't do
out of the top killers, who did Nigel Benn beat? That's what I mean, not Nigel Benn, but Chris Eubank beat. That's what I'm talking about. Dad, learn something. I done forgot more than you know.
Hey, I just broke down. Listen, hold on.
You ain't break down shit.
No, hold on.
Break this
So,
shit,
no,
double
so,
up and shit. Fuck you broke down.
Steve Collins, you feel like Steve Collins is like a fundamentally better boxer than Chris Eubank?
Fundamentally,
Yeah.
Steve Collins, no.
Yeah.
But I will say this. Nigel Benn inspired a lot of good boxers with his style, his flair. You know what I'm saying? But if you look at resume, I'm from a time of resume. Steve Collins got a better
Way
resume.
better. Way better.
Nigel Benn has a better resume.
Yes, I agree.
Chris Eubank stayed in Europe and fought the WBO. The WBO was predominantly a European belt at the time.
Yes.
When you was undisputed champ, it was WBC, WBA, IBF,
Yep.
not WBO.
Yep.
Who made the WBO famous? You motherfucker.
Fuck it, I don't know.
Who made
Tell
it? Prince Nazim Hamed, idiot.
Yes.
Marco Antonio Guerrero has a word to pick. Yeah.
But
Let me tell you, why would you bring up that? Prince Nazim Hamed done beat so many great fighters. He beat Kevin Kelly.
He's a great fighter?
Kevin Kelly's a damn good fucking
Tell me his
fighter.
resume.
You ever heard of Tom Boom Boom Johnson?
Yeah. Well, Tom Boom
You ever heard of do you know how many? You know he got record number title defenses until Prince Nazim took that title.
Yeah, but
He got, you know, he's the first ballot
WBO?
horse. You know he's a horse. Yeah, WBO.
thought it didn't
No,
count.
IBF. He won the IBF. He won the IBF. See, I forgot more than you know. Listen to me. I forgot more than you know. You should not be interviewing nobody. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. He won the IBF off of Tom Boom Boom Johnson.
I would say
Tom Boom Boom Johnson, let me tell you
How
something.
did that
Listen,
automatic rematch clause go in his?
I'm talking. Tom Boom Boom Johnson had look how many title defenses he had. He had several title defenses. Prince Nazim took that and secured the IBF title from Tom Boom Boom Johnson. That's what I'm talking about. And then Prince Nazim Hamed, unlike the other ones, came over here.
He did.
Right here in
on
this
his magic
building
carpet
against Kevin Kelly.
he did. That was a hell of a fight.
Prince Nazim Hamed is the first small man to headline pay-per-view cards.
That's a good point.
Prince Nazim Hamed is the one little guy that put the spotlight on the little guys for guys like Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao and Marco Barrera and Morales. For all these what other little guy you know was headlining pay-per-view or HBO? What other little guy you know was main event? I'm waiting.
Main event?
Yeah, main event on HBO.
I mean,
Pay-per-view. What other little guy was main event? Tell me.
pre pay-per-view and pre HBO and stuff like that. I would say like guy like, I mean, there was a lot of guys.
Name them.
Well, like Duran was an all-time great lightweight. That was, I mean, you don't think he can carry a pay-per-view? I mean, that was pre-pay-per-view era.
Yeah, I said pay-per-view. I didn't say
That's what I was
pre-pay-per-view.
saying. Pre-pay-per-view
But you know, it ain't what you saying is what I'm saying. I got the mic. I said, what other guy was headlining pay-per-view?
No, he's the first.
That's what I'm talking about. So who put the spotlight on the Manny Pacquiao's, the Floyd Mayweathers, and the Marco Barrera and the Eric Moraleses in terms of pay-per-view? Nazim Hamed. Prince Nazim Hamed, Sheffield. You understand what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about. So you got to give that man his props.
Oh, I never.
And every time somebody say his name, the first thing they do is bring up Barrera.
He didn't take the rematch. He didn't take the rematch. He didn't take the rematch.
He should have took the rematch.
He should have took the rematch.
He should have took the rematch.
That's what I put on him.
He was distraught.
Yeah.
But excuses like assholes, everybody got one. I can't make for no excuse for that man. Nazim should have took that rematch. It was there. You know Barrera would have went for it.
100%. What are the guys that you don't hear enough about?
You want to know one of the guys that you don't hear enough about, that you should really hear about? You wouldn't believe this when I say Emmanuel Augustus.
Oh, the Drunken Master.
Emmanuel Burton.
My friend,
I love Drunken
Oliveira,
Master.
good friend of mine.
Ray Oliveira, another one. Ray Oliveira, another one.
Super Ray.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's so many, there's so much more than what's been glorified. You have Michael Dynamite Dokes. Was a mean heavyweight.
That era of heavyweights is so underrated.
Yes. Iran the Blade Barkley fought everybody. Beat Tommy twice.
How about his fight with
Poison Junior Jones. Oh my God.
Iran Barkley fight with Robbie Sims is an underrated
That fight with Sims was crazy. Crazy. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and you know who else
and
won
the
him?
Hurts fight, the fact he did rematch him and it wasn't a fluke.
It wasn't a fluke. He got that. He got that off. He could beat him soundly. And guess who else? Virgil Hill.
Oh yeah.
Because he gets the bad rap for the fucking Roy Jones fight.
But it was
But
past
that
his
was
prime.
Roy Jones.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think even if he was in his prime, Roy would have beat him. Roy's one of my favorite fighters ever. My top two. My top one is Sugar Ray Leonard. My number two is Roy Jones Jr. Sugar Ray Leonard is everything to me. My number two is Roy Jones Jr.
We're Boston-based guys, so we were always Hagler guys.
You gotta love Hagler.
Yeah.
You gotta love Hagler.
And he had to work for everything.
And guess what? He was so hard-nosed and like a blue-collar guy. He was so relatable.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And like you say, he had to work for everything, and it showed in his fights. It showed in his ring. He fought like the type of guy like, yo, I ain't come to play. I come to get my hands dirty.
Yeah, he went to Philly and fought all those gigs. Yeah.
Yeah, right there in Philly.
Yep.
Right there in Philly. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta give Hagler his props.
Yeah.
I forget what's my man named Philly. What's my man named from Philly? He beat Hagler, but then Hagler came back and beat him. He beat Hagler by decision.
He lost to Willie Monroe.
Sugar Ray Seals.
Not Sugar Ray Seals.
Vito and
Seals was the gold medalist. No, it was yeah, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Oh my God, I just thought of it.
He beat Hagler, and then Hagler came back and beat him.
I just had it too.
Hagler probably came back and beat him twice. I don't know. But I know Hagler came back and beat him, and he beat Hagler the first time. But yeah. But yo, I been listen, man, Oscar De La Hoya. Yeah. Nobody fought more killers than Oscar De La Hoya.
Unbelievable.
Impeccable.
Yep.
Win, lose, or draw,
Yep.
he fought everybody. Mayweather, Pacquiao, Shane Mosley.
That Mayweather fight was a coin flip too. That was a close fight.
That was a close fight.
Oh, what do you think about Sweet Pea?
I love Pernell. Love Pernell. Rest in peace, Pernell Whitaker. Love Pernell.
Another guy that was not a great boxer per se, but had that dog in him, was thinking about Mayorga over the likes of the
Vernon Forrest, yeah.
Vernon the Viper Forrest, that's my brother. Yeah. That's my USOEC bad boy brother. Love you, Vernon. Rest in peace, Vernon Forrest. Yep. 1992 Olympian.
Yep.
4 or 5-time world champ. And that ring right there, Vernon took over the world when he beat Shane Mosley. And at that time, Shane Mosley was an undefeated killer. Yep. #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. And Vernon did that.
Yep.
And impressive fashion, dropped him and everything.
Yeah.
And then the next fight, he did it again. Shouts to my USOAC bad boy, Vernon Forrest.
Cool.
Rest in peace, King.
Eric Kelly.
You know, running South Box by Eric Kelly, #1 boxing gym in New York City. And I'm blessed to be in this position here talking about you guys doing what I'm
How
doing.
can they reach out to you? What's the best way they can reach out
At
to you?
Eric Kelly Life on Instagram. At Eric Kelly Life on Instagram. Threads, formerly known as Twitter. At Eric Kelly Life. Get your Eric Kelly on.
Eric Kelly, we know very little about boxing. This guy is encyclopedic, and I really appreciate his time, and I'm not bullshitting you. It was an absolute honor to sit down with you, Eric Kelly. Thank you so much.
My brother, thank you guys. God bless.